The former United States president radically shifted US foreign policy to one of isolationism. But the president before him also shifted foreign policy by focusing more on Asia. And the president before him shifted to an aggressive Middle Eastern policy. So what foreign policy shall the current US president take? Well, looking at Biden's cabinet picks, we can see that it will most likely follow that of the president preceding all of the ones we previously mentioned, Bill Clinton, as many in his cabinet have worked under that president. Bill Clinton's presidency was at a very weird time in terms of America's foreign policy. Up until Clinton, US foreign policy mostly boiled down to stop the Soviets. But then there was no Soviet Union, and America stood unchallenged. Sure, America still took an interest in making sure the Balkans broke up peacefully, but that was pretty much the only major foreign conflict during Bill Clinton's time. Well, that the US actually got involved in. Now, this Balkan interventionist policy has actually been one of the few that has mostly paid off in the long term. So even when new threats would arise post-Clinton, America was still willing to invade other countries. But now the American public has no appetite for war, and although there are a few hawkish policy advisors in Biden's cabinet, I doubt Biden will ever actually go so far as to declare war on another country. However, that doesn't mean an end to US intervention in other countries. Even Obama, despite campaigning on an anti-interventionist message, ultimately failed to roll back the Bush administration's war on terror, and Trump, despite claiming isolationism, has continued American intervention in other countries, so I doubt Biden will fully pull out America's forces. One immediate geopolitical shift from the previous president to the current one has been Biden's emphasis on tackling climate change. Already, Biden has rejected Canada's Keystone oil pipeline and is planning on rejoining the Paris Climate Treaty. However, whether or not he will go above and beyond what Obama has done is still unclear. One thing Obama has done that Biden might not be able to get back is the Iran deal. The Iranians are already mad that they followed the deal and the US pulled out of the agreement. And Biden's administration has said that they aren't simply letting them back into the deal, instead having them wait another period of time before sanctions can be eased. So who knows what will happen with that one. Despite the Biden administration stating they would rejoin discourse with Palestinian authorities, they will not be reversing the Trump administration's decision to have the United States Embassy in Jerusalem. This will inevitably further anger the Palestinians. Although Biden says he is for a two-state solution, how much of that second state will be available for the Palestinians will inevitably continue to shrink, unless Biden takes a more critical stance on Israel, which he may actually do, considering how close Trump and Netanyahu were, if he wanted to distance himself from his predecessor. Now for the major foreign policy focal point, China. Despite the Obama administration's attempts to normalize relations with China, Beijing's heightened aggression has now caused Biden to refer to Xi as a thug. Whether this means actually threatening China remains unclear, but ultimately, however the Biden administration reacts to China will determine the future of geopolitics in the coming decades. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. If you liked it, remember to subscribe and leave a like. Thanks.